Productions will like to roam next where they're living the Dolce Vita.
I'm in.
We're all in to kick it out.
That leads to any racism in sport. You buy any car.com. Sponsor Sky.
Like a great travel companion, Expedia has your back throughout your journey. It matters who you travel with. That's all protected.
Don't let erectile dysfunction make you impotent. Do something about erectile dysfunction. Clinically proven, discreetly delivered. Order today at Newman.com.
A coffee for lattes that's just called latte. What if everything was this simple? Do you want to get married?
Yes. Where will we live? Do you want kids?
Sure.
What should we do now?
What would a stingray?
Taylor's. Great coffee. Made simple.
I never thought I'd miss you. Have the love as I feel.
You. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, 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 welcome to this uh Europa League. No, what am I talking about? Euro 2020 review. Just looking at the game yesterday and everything that fell out from the game. Yeah, I looked at the game yesterday. The game was a good game. It was not what I expected because I was thinking it was going to be like an end-to-end kind of game whereby you had it's going to be a game of transitions, and it turned out not to be like that. To be honest, it turned out to be something kind of different, and it's how am I gonna put it? It's kind of a different game entirely to what I expected. It was more of England goal, like an early goal, and then after that goal, for some reason, they sat back, which I found that a little bit surprising. I knew Italy was going to have all the possession and everything, but the way England just let them have the possession of the ball and the space as well, that was very, very surprising to me. Um, it was I think the game was the way it was panned out to be. I don't think there was gonna be an early goal, but England scored very good goal, and the wing backs were giving a lot of England were what do you call it? How am I gonna put it? England were 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 given uh, England were giving a lot of problems to the Italian defense, uh, and the Italians were struggling, to be honest, and England could have finished that game, at least give themselves a bigger lead uh, by the 28 minutes, because the 20, maybe 20, 15, 20 minutes, because England had a lot of couple of good chances, and every time they break, there seems to be getting at the Italian defense, and they played well. England played really well. The game could have been over in that first 15 to 20 minutes. Um, but the Italians were just all over the place. They were struggling to uh, to, they were struggling to get their passing game going, and I think the Italians were just lucky to just hang on and stay in the game, because that's what it's all about. Sometimes you just go try and stay in the game and try and don't what do you call it? Don't concede another goal. So I think that was it really. And yeah, it was a surprise. It was a surprise that the Italians were struggling in the first 20, 15 minutes. The wing backs for England were giving them a lot of problems, and it turned out that way for a while. The game was played at that pace, and then we go into the second half, whereby the Italians seems to find a solution to the problem by switching some of their players around. They play with a false nine when Inzaghi came into as a center, came into the middle of the pitch, and they seems to have more joy that way. And it made a big difference. And I think it's just a case of the Italians have so much possession. They have a lot of good players in midfield, like Verratti, um, Jorginho as well. They dominated that midfield, and the England team could not basically um, could not cope that possession, and they keep dropping deep into they keep dropping deep into what do you call it? Keep dropping deep into low block, and once they start doing that, the Italians just uh, stepped up, moved up the pitch a little bit more. They have their centre backs moved right onto the edge of the center circle, and England could not really get out. They didn't use the ball properly, because in that kind of situation, when you're playing a low block, the first pass is always very important. When you win the ball back, their first pass. I think they did it a couple of times in the first half when what's his name? When Rice uh broke up the play, and he went on that run on the left. He did it a couple of times as well, and they just couldn't get him. I was surprised when they pulled him off though, because I think he was doing that really well. I was surprised when they pulled him off for Henderson. But the manager knows best, man. So I think he could have still been in there with, because they have the legs with Calvin Phillips. But then the Italians, I don't know, they switched their play. They play with a false nine. They brought some width as well with Berardi and Chiesa on the wings, and they were causing a lot of problems. And the way they dominated the play, you can only and sense um you can sense that there was only going to be one. There's going to be one winner that was going to score. I think England were lucky as well that the Italians didn't really get the goal. Uh, Italians didn't get the goal. And the Italians didn't get the goal on time. So and I think that helped England a little bit. The game was at 1-1, went into extra time. Extra time, the England manager, I think he made a mistake like in the second half, or yeah, midway in the second half, he should have brought on at least those two players, Sancho and Rashford into the game. That's what I think. I think he should have done that, brought those two in, and then try and what do you call it? Try and change the course of the game and put the Italians under a lot of pressure. I think he should have done that, but he didn't, and I think that was a big mistake on his part because he didn't try to change the game in any way, and he didn't make the changes quickly enough. I think that was a big mistake on the manager's part. The game continued. The goal they scored by the Italians was just an unfortunate goal. Um, the Italians, what do you call it? The Italians put the English under a lot of pressure from the corner kick. They put the pressure on. They won the second balls, and that's always a problem when you're playing a low block and you're not winning back the second balls. That's a lot of problems there. That's the warning signs, and you have to get on the ball. That first pass from when you in transition, when you win the ball in transition, the first pass out of that middle bit where you win the ball or wherever you win the ball is key. That pass has to go forward and it has to go to somebody in space. And I think England was struggling to do that yesterday. Yeah, the ball was no retention was not good. Italy got their goal from the corner kick, a flick on from the near post. From the front post came to the near post. From front post came to the far post, and then there was just chaos. There was just chaos, and everybody was just trying to get onto the ball. Um, and Chiellini won a header because Stone was in arrived. Was in what do you call it? He was um he was in the wrong position, and when he won Chiellini won that header. And as soon as he won the header, then there was chaos everywhere because you can see as soon as he did that, the ball went to the far post, went to the near post, sorry, and then it was just bouncing everywhere. And then Banucci was there just to tap it in. And that was the equalizer. And then from then on, yeah, the Italian just seized the game and they can smell blood and they just went for the kill. Um, and it was what do you call it was a shame. It was a shame that the England considered that goal. The Italians were playing really well then, and at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the goal was considered, but England could have gone and tried and seize possession of the play by bringing on quick players. I think Anderson that came in for Rice was the wrong option. Personally, I don't think they should have made that change. I think it was the wrong option. So, but in hindsight is a good thing, isn't it? And then the game went on till the what do you call it? Went on till the end of the extra time as well. England were just they got back into the game a little bit with what do you call it? With Grealish coming on, he won some tackle, he won some good play, but they needed somebody else. They needed Sancho. Sancho could have been the difference, I think, because Sancho is quick, one-on-one trickery, can take people on, drag the defense, pull the Italian defense all over the place. But the manager didn't bring him on time. Then they went down to penalties. Once it goes down to penalties, man, it's what do you call this? Like a lottery. And yeah, England lost another game by penalty. They won games in by penalty as well. Just to add a note, and I don't think it should be a big deal whereby everyone is talking about the manager's selection in terms of penalties, blah 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 blah. They practice penalties in training. The manager must have what do you call it? Must have seen players taking penalties and in training, and they've decided to go with the people that are training and and that was it really. And goes to penalty, and in penalty somebody's going to lose, somebody's going to win. Fortunately, the Italians, they have a mass. The keeper is huge, Donnarumma, and he just basically just spread himself everywhere, and he got to some of the penalties. So and that was it. That's in football. Sometimes that's all it takes. Penalties, and it's a crude way to decide a game of football. But I think in the end, if you look at the whole game, I think Italy deserve to win just based on possession. But sometimes it don't happen that way sometimes, and I think yeah, it's the England team are going to get better. They look like they've got like a good team unit and team bond as well. The manager speaks very well, and I think that will hold them in good stead going forward to the World Cup in next year in December, I think. So it's not all doom and gloom, to be honest. Um, and I don't know in terms of the players getting racist abuse and all that. I think is a shame that it's something that we've been thinking about yesterday. I was thinking about it yesterday, and basically we are not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's just really sad that people will take football and just take it into another, you know, take it into something that is not supposed to be, whereby you start abusing people based on their color, what they look like, and it's really, really, really sad to be honest. And I think the government should do something about it. I've signed a petition banning people from going to football stadiums for life, and I think that should be something that would be a start as well. And it's really, really sad, and the government has to do something about that. And when the players are kneeling down as well, and people are booing, and that's something that needs to be looked at as well. People booing, those people should be kicked out of the stadium or banned or something, because there has to be something, because they're kneeling down for a reason. To make a point. If you don't like it, don't boo, don't clap. You can just sit down and just look at them. You don't have to boo. Don't have to make a sound. You don't have to make a sound, and that's the big problem. That's why everybody's is really, really, like really, really cheesed off with all this. And the government needs to take a stand as well. Government needs to take a stand and be strong about it and back the players. And that's the reason why. You know, and to the players as well, the players that missed the penalty, please, you know, walk around proud about your country, proud about your race. Walk around with your chin up. Um, you know, and you've done really well. In the tournament you played, you gave your best. That's all you can do. I know it's difficult for players because you have family around you as well, especially for the young guys. It's difficult. Their father and their mothers won't like the kind of abuse they've been getting, and I know they'll be fine. They'll be strong as well. Just go on holiday and have a nice time. Come back and play in the Premier League, and these same people that are abusing, they will have abused anybody. They will have looked for excuses to abuse. If the players were not black, they will have abused. If they were white, they will have abused it by players in a different way. Abuse them. Maybe I don't know, maybe abuse their families or their kids or whatever. Those kind of people, they're just messed up. they're sick kind of people. So we shouldn't. It's something I look at and I think we shouldn't even be talking about it because we're giving them all this attention, but it's something that we need to talk about in terms of what we're going to do about it to stop it, and we have to keep talking about it. We can't just keep quiet. We gotta have to stop this rubbish. It's crazy. So yeah, and yeah, so this is just like a quick review about the game yesterday. It was a good tournament as well. Player of the tournament for me will be, I think it's a close run between Luke Shaw and who else? I think Banucci of Italy. I think Luke Shaw played really well. It's going to be a close run between the two of them. Harry Kane played really well as well. I'm a Tottenham fan, so I'm going to support. I like Harry Kane, so Harry Kane played well as well. And so it's going to be. I think I'll give it to Luke Shaw because no, I'll give it to. Yeah, I think I'll give it to Luke Shaw, man. I think it was superb. The way he bumps down the left and gets crosses in as well. I think he had 2 assists as well. Yeah, I'll give it to Luke Shaw. So yeah, so that's it, man. Just a quick one, just to do this review. We have loads more stuff coming on the channel. We have the Premier League coming up. We have the commentary box, which will be back on Wednesday. Back on Wednesday. We have a transfer show on Friday, a live transfer show because it's the transfer. It's July already. The new season is starting very soon, so we have a transfer show which we'll be talking about players moving somewhere, going somewhere. It's all over the place now. So that will be on Friday. So yeah. So thank you very much, everyone, if you're watching this video. Um, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts about the finals and the tournament in general. Comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel if you like. I really, really appreciate all my subscribers, and I appreciate you as well. If you just come across the video and you watched it and you liked it as well, even if you don't want to subscribe, I still appreciate you. Make sure you send comments and chats, and I will reply you as well. And then yeah, that's the end of the review for the Euro 2020 championship, which was finished, which was concluded yesterday with Italy winning the finals. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next stream. Stay safe. God bless you. And thank you.